Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So we're going to get started right away. So first I'm applying a moisturizer to my face. I'm using a Neutrogena Hydro Boost dupe. It's just the Walgreens brand version of it. And I'm applying this all over my face and letting it sink in while I do my brows. I also want to apologize for the parts of my video that are off focus. I'm still getting used to my camera. So right now I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pencil in dark brown, and I'm just using the inside of the spoolie to comb my brows through, and then I'll be able to fill them in appropriately with the other side of the brow pencil. So here I'm just filling them in. I am just following the natural shape of my brows. I don't want to do anything too dramatic since this is my everyday makeup look. So this is just what I do every day, and I just fill them in very lightly. As you can see, I have quite a few hairs already, so I don't need to go overboard on it. I just fill in the parts of my brows that are kind of sparse, so just to give it a more even look throughout the brow. And then I'm just going to fill in my other brow just like I did with the right one. Excuse all the ridiculous faces I make in this video. I have a tendency to squint my eyes and it makes it look like I'm smiling all the time, but that's just me, guys. And now I'm just going to use my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I just put a little bit on my hand, and then I use this very small Wet n Wild brush to carve out my brows. So what I like doing is I start from the bottom, and I line the bottom of my brows, and then I swoop that line over towards the tail of my brow. And I do this obviously for both brows, and then I go ahead and I do the same thing pretty much on top. What I found that works best is when you use very small strokes to create that line. That way you're able to make it as precise as possible and you're able to define the brow just like you want it. After you've defined your brow with the concealer, you just want to use the brush to blend that concealer out so there's not such a harsh line with the concealer in your skin. So this is when I realized that I got a little bit of concealer on my brow as I was defining it. So I just used the spoolie to wipe away that concealer from the brow. And then you'll see me filling that little spot back in with the brow pencil just to make it even again. Now I'm just using the NYX Dark Circle Corrector, and I'm putting that obviously on my dark circles, and I use that to also cover up any pimples or red marks that I have on my face that I don't want to show through the foundation. This is actually a trick I learned from Nicole Guerreiro in one of her videos about how to cover dark circles. And ever since I watched that video, I had to go buy it, so I bought it and I've been using it ever since. And it's one of my favorite tricks to just make the under eye look very brightened and have your face look full coverage. I recently ran out of my MAC Prep and Prime primer, so I just decided to use a little bit more of that moisturizer on my face just to give it an extra boost of hydration. And now I'm using my Benefit POREfessional primer just to fill in my pores to make the base a lot smoother for foundation. And now for foundation, my foundation is very dark for me, so I am using a Sally and Chic BB cream from Dollar Tree actually, and it's very white. As you can see, it's way too light for my skin, so I'm just putting this one on first so the foundation I'm going to use matches my color better, because the foundation is very dark for me, so then it just like equalizes when I use the BB cream and light. And now I'm using the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse Foundation. I really love this foundation. I wish that I had gotten the correct color when I bought it. As you can see, the lighting makes it look a lot more yellow, but as the video progresses, you'll be able to see that with the BB cream underneath, the color is actually perfect. But with this color alone, it actually oxidizes on me, so I have to use that BB cream underneath. But I just applied it with one of the Coastal Scents foundation brushes, and now I'm using the Real Techniques beauty sponge to just dab everything in. See, this is what I was talking about, the lighting change. I don't know what happened, but now you can see that it matches my skin better. So now I'm going back in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer underneath my eyes. I'm doing somewhat of an upside down triangle. And then I put a little bit on my cupid's bow, my chin, my forehead, and a line going down my nose. And then I'm going to be going in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, just because that color is very light on me, so I just wanted to give it a more of a lighting effect and to give some more coverage underneath the eyes. And now I'm using my handy dandy Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I'm using that to blend out my concealer everywhere I put the concealer on my face. And I'm about to make the ultimate alien face, like Tati says, so I can set my concealer. And I'm using the NYC Loose Smooth Skin Powder. And I recently discovered this, and I'm like loving it. It's like a really good dupe for the Laura Mercier powder. I just love the way it just like melts into your skin and doesn't leave a white cast. So I just pressed that in to set it, and then I put a little bit extra just to bake for a little bit. I didn't leave it on for too long, about a minute or so. And then I'm using this lovely brush just to sweep it off my face. And I use the excess of the powder and I put it on the rest of my face. And now onto my contour slash bronzing routine. It is very excessive for no reason, but I like using 3 different products for this step. So first off, you see me using the MAC Harmony blush, and this is the perfect tone. I love it so much. Even though it's a blush, it is really good for contouring the face. And after that, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild's Highlighting and Contour Palette in Dulce de Leche. And I'm just putting those in the same areas as I did with the MAC Harmony blush. And then after that, I will be using the Rimmel bronzer. And I use that one just to give it more of a warm tone to my skin, because the 2 ones that I use first are more of a cooler tone. So the Rimmel bronzer adds the perfect warm tone to the contour and bronzing routine. And now I'm going to be doing a little bit of nose contouring. I just put it on the sides and then on the stub of my nose. And it just depends on the day which color I use for these nose contouring. I mean, it honestly looks good with either of the 3 colors you choose. And now for blush, I'm using my BH Cosmetics blush palette, and I'm just using the 4th shade on the top. And I just apply this to the apples of my cheeks with this Coastal Scents brush, and then I swoop it on back towards my ear, and then I just pat it to blend it out. I also add a little bit to my chin just because I feel like it balances the colors out. So for highlight, I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit with Nicole Guerreiro. And first I apply the colors Kitty Cat, Forever Young, and Glow Getter on the high points of my face. And then I go in with Forever Lit, because you know, like, who doesn't want to be forever lit, right? And then I'm going in with my MAC Fix Plus and my Urban Decay All Nighter to set the face. And look at this girl. Yes, yes, yes. JK, I look like I just woke up when I open my eyes. It's really bad. And here I'm just using my fingers to clean up my lid to take off any excess concealer just to make sure there's no creases when I finish my makeup. And now I'm going to be using my Maybelline mascara, the colossal one, and I'm going to be doing a few coats of this just to make sure there's a lot of volume and length. Now I'm just using the colors Cayenne and Enfuego from my Naked Urban Decay Heat Palette. And I'm just smoking those on the lower lash line so it's just not so like bland and plain under there. There's a little pop of color. And last but not least, for the lips, I decided to do two different lip colors. So the first one, it was Clay Crush by Maybelline. This one was more of a warm tone color. And then I also did Push Up. It's a NYX Lingerie liquid lip color. And this one's a little bit more cool tone, but they're both kind of warm. They're both pretty neat for this makeup look. Since it's an everyday look, they're basic nudes, so they work very well with an everyday look. Alrighty guys, that concludes my everyday makeup routine. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching this video, and subscribe if you want to see any more of my ridiculous faces. Alright, see you guys next time. Bye!